This is Mario. He runs and jumps. This is Sonic. He runs and jumps. But Sonic is cool. Or is he? The idea of this video came into my head when I was watching some of the ALtheBoi's older videos, which you should definitely check out, by the way, if you haven't. He's one of the few people that actually has good Sonic content. The video in question is this one: why isn't Sonic cool anymore? If you want to get into my headspace and fully process what I'm talking about, watching this video first wouldn't hurt. I'm gonna be referencing it a lot. But first, let's get to why you're here.
Let's get scratching.
Admittedly, I wasn't around in the 90s, I was still chilling in my pop's ball sack, but I think I have a pretty good idea of what was cool. You know, rap, leather jackets, skateboards, all the good stuff. Anything that was considered counterculture was considered cool. And that was what Sonic's marketing campaign was all about. Here's the thing though, everybody wants to be cool, and when everybody's cool, no one is. Cool is always changing. So how can your characters stay cool without them becoming a different character? The adventure games answer this question by amplifying Sonic's personality. He's still a rebel, but this time he's actually running from the cops. And his music tracks mostly consisted of rock music, which was considered the devil's music in the 60s. They didn't get rid of everything though. Some of that 90s charm, like Sonic snowboarding and Knuckles' rap tracks, were still there to keep it familiar. This is why I think SA2 is the perfect transition between what was cool in the 90s and what's becoming cool in the early 2000s. Here's the problem though. Being cool in the early 2000s was so different from the 90s that you couldn't possibly make Sonic cool without alienating your audience. Enter Shadow the Hedgehog. Ratchet, Sly, and Conker. Three characters who are aesthetically similar to Sonic, but they were from the 2000s. If you know anything about them, you'll notice that none of them are really good guys. They're not evil, but they clearly operate in that same gray area, if you know what I'm talking about. Hell, Kratos would do a f***ing backflip over that area a couple years later.
A beast.
It was obvious that times were changing. Luckily, Sega had the perfect candidate for this anti-hero role. So, they brought him back, gave him amnesia, and when it came to his own game, they did with him what they did with Sonic, and amplified his personality. So, he went from a darker, somewhat more serious version of Sonic to a complete motherfucking edgelord. And it worked. I think, I'm not sure. People seem to say, didn't it try too hard? But I'd be lying if I said 4-year-old me wasn't creaming his pants watching this. The point is, Shadow was the cool guy now. Clearly making Sonic cool wasn't the focus anymore. And I can go through the whole history, but you know the drill. At some point in time, Sonic as a character just stopped being cool. This is where the ALtheBoi's video comes in. Now, Blade brings up a lot of good points on Sonic's coolness, like utilizing his character design and his exaggerated movements. But the most controversial point that he focused on the most was this one.
Sonic and Code just shouldn't talk, at least not profusely.
He starts off the explanation by asking a question. What is the coolest moment in Sonic history? He then lists off some scenes like the Sonic CD opening and the Unleashed opening, in which Sonic is mostly silent. Now, I've talked about the Unleashed opening in depth, and I do think it is the coolest moment in Sonic history. And yes, I do think Sonic not talking plays a big part in that, and how he's usually at his best when he's not talking. But you gotta ask yourself a question. Is Sonic's coolness a direct result of him not talking? I don't think so. These sequences are cool because they're directed as action sequences. The focus is completely on Sonic's actions rather than his words. With Sonic being a shonen-inspired character, the action usually stands out and is easy to cherry-pick. Granted, we don't have a lot of scenes with heavy dialogue to focus on, but some of my personal favorite moments are when Sonic's just talking to someone. His dialogues with Chip, his banters with Eggman, his confrontation with Shadow, which Blade even mentions as one of the highlights, but every time someone brings up the voices in Sonic, I always point to one scene.
It's close, but it seems you somehow made it.
Too easy. Piece of cake.
Do not let it go to your head, fool. What's wrong?
Hey, what's the matter? Are you lost or something?
A great big dragon attacked my village.
A dragon?
It took my mommy and my daddy and everybody away.
You know where the dragon is, kid?
It's in the big cave at the bottom of that mountain.
All right, I'm on it.
Wait, don't tell me you're going off to slay a dragon now!
Yes, we are.
What of the ladies' tests? You will never make it in time.
Yeah, maybe, but I play by my own rules. Remember that.
You fool.
Hang in there, kiddo. I'll get your folks back.
Bruh. That's what I'm talking about. That's the benefit of the voice. See, now, I wouldn't even say any of this shit if I didn't have proof that it works, but it does. We've seen it. Sonic and the Black Knight still to this day has the best written characters from any Sonic game. Not only because the voice acting fucks or the strong narrative it has, but the same amount of focus as usually put into how Sonic looks is also put into how Sonic acts. It makes you go, whoa, that was cool, and whoa, that was cool. And there it is. That goddamn word. Do you want to know why that comes to mind? Here's the secret. They didn't write Sonic to be cool. And this is what I'm trying to get to here this whole fucking time. Sonic isn't cool. What even is cool? No, seriously. What's cool? You see, Sonic feels so flat in these games because this is the description the writers went off. It's such a broad and vague fucking term. You write a character around it, it's obviously gonna fall flat. I mean, you know what? I'll show you. First, you gotta break your character down to the most basic and fundamental level. Going off by this one word alone, we can figure out that Sonic is a free spirit. He's fast and he knows he's fast. This also gives us his confidence. The way he jumps into danger knowing that no one can even touch him also gives us bravery. His free spirit shows that he's not bound down to anything. That, mixing with his confidence, gives us his cockiness, and therefore his lack of respect for authority. Now, keeping that on ice, it would also naturally make him want the freedom for others as well as for himself. Couple that with his bravery shows that he's not afraid to take a stand and make the world a better place. This gives us a kind-hearted hero. His rebellious attitude doesn't develop into something evil because of his heroism. He's not a rebel because he thinks he's better than everyone else. He's just someone who's true to himself. Someone who plays the right way. His own way. This is textbook Sonic the Hedgehog. It's simple. The second you try to write Sonic as some cool dude bro guy, you fail. Because naturally, that character isn't inherently cool. He's just trying to be. And you don't put in effort to be cool. That kind of breaks the whole point. The most memorable moments from Sonic are when he's just being himself. And you know what? What's cooler than that? Sonic isn't cool. It's just Sonic.